Hello, my name is Rikki Endsley, and I'm here with Brendan and Gregg, and we are co-chairs for LISA 2018, and we are super excited to have you all here. Welcome to Nashville. I've already told Carolyn that I'm too excited to be cool today. I'm really happy to be here. This has been a lot of fun. And how many are you here for your very first LISA? This is exciting. Welcome. I remember my first LISA very well. It was back in 2000 in New Orleans. That was a while ago. I was with Sysadmin magazine. I was an editor on Sysadmin, and all of the attendees who would come to LISA would get a subscription to Sysadmin. And it was one of my very first tech events ever, actually. And I think it's fair to say that one of the reasons I'm still in this industry so many years later are the people that I met back through events like LISA. Some of my very closest friendships and best business contacts have been folks I've met at LISA events over the years, including Brendan. We met at a LISA conference a few years ago, and so it's super exciting that all these years later I would be here today on the other end of the situation. And I've learned so many things coming from LISAs. In fact, the very first LISA I attended, I remember not knowing what a BOF was. And my colleague was like, "We're going to a BOF tonight." And I was like, "I don't know what that is." And that was my first birds of a feather session. So if you're new and if this is one of your very first conferences, this is a very welcoming, inviting crowd, and feel free to ask questions. I think you'll find that this community is just super friendly and smart and welcoming, and they want to help you succeed. So LISA has evolved and survived over the years. It's now in its 32nd year, and Sysadmin magazine is not still around, but LISA is still around. And what does LISA stand for? Well, it used to stand for Large Installation System Administration, but the industry has changed quite a bit, and the roles have changed. A lot of folks are doing system administration type work now, but they aren't necessarily wearing the sysadmin title. When was the first LISA? Was anybody at the first LISA? Anybody here? 1987? Nobody from the first LISA. All right. So it's been around a long time. And first time in Tennessee is this year. That's pretty exciting. First time in Nashville. Does anybody know when the first non-coastal LISA was? Dallas? 2007? No. Okay, thank you. I knew we'd have fact checkers if we got anything wrong. Thank you. Okay, so who was in Dallas? Was anybody else in Dallas? Okay, I was there. That was a fun conference too. LISA attendees include many roles, and these are the types of folks, just some of the types of folks you'll meet at this event. I encourage you to get to know some of them in the hallway track in particular. If this is one of your first conferences, let me explain to you that one of the best things about a conference, in addition to all of the formal tracks and trainings that you'll get, is the actual discussion that you will have in the hallway. I did want to offer a little pro tip when you are networking or chatting with friends in the hallway. If you want to be inclusive and welcoming, make sure you're shaped like a Pac-Man and not a closed-off circle, because it leaves a little opening for new folks to come up and introduce themselves. And from past experience, I can say it feels very awkward to go up to a group and introduce yourself and them to say, oh, we're having a private conversation. So if you're having a private conversation too, you might want to break that off into a private hallway, because people in the regular hallway track are going to try to network with you and talk to you. All right, so we wanted to go over a few of the LISA18 statistics. We had a record number of submissions, and that was super exciting for us. We did more than 1,000 reviews. We did send feedback to almost everyone who submitted proposals. We tried to send back feedback and let them know if we were unclear on their proposal, so that if their proposal wasn't accepted, we could explain why and maybe help them for future talks also. Maybe they will submit next year. And we did accept 81 talks and tutorials, and there's 7 keynotes. I counted the closing remarks as a keynote. That was my mistake on that. And then we have lots of people to thank. First of all, we wanted to thank all of you for coming. Thank you. It's exciting to see all of you here. And we have a lot of conference organizers we wanted to thank. We definitely need to thank the program committee and the talks co-chairs for all of their help, the training co-chairs, lab co-chairs, steering committee. This would have been a much more stressful process for us had we not had such a huge group of enthusiastic folks behind us helping us throughout the whole process. And of course, we need to thank the USENIX staff and board. If you don't know them, hunt them down, introduce yourselves, thank them if you have time. It's not a huge group, but they do a ton of work and they do really high quality events and are really friendly, nice people to know, so I encourage you to meet the USENIX folks. And we also want to thank our sponsors, exhibitors, and the vendors who are hosting BOFs. We've got our gold sponsors. Yay for sponsors. Thank you for sponsors. Our bronze sponsors and industry partners and media sponsors, thank you, thank you. And how about student grant sponsors? Welcome, students. And I'm a huge fan of diversity grant sponsors. Thank you so much for everyone who helped bring more people here. Now we've got some conference instructions.
Thank you, Rikki. Before I get to the instructions, I'd like to say how important LISA is to me and how it can help you too. Many years ago, I was facing a problem where I would need to relocate out of the US. That meant I may not be able to attend another LISA. In this moment, I realized how important LISA and USENIX had become to me in my career. USENIX is the most important professional network that I belong to. We are a family. We support each other and we elevate each other. Many people helped me solve this problem, including from my USENIX network, and including some people who are in this room today, thank you. And not only did we solve it, and I got to stay in the US and continue attending LISA, but this year it's my privilege to co-chair LISA with Rikki Endsley. It's been a privilege to work with Rikki. Rikki is a long-time major contributor to system administration and whose work I've admired for years. We've had fun putting together this conference and we hope you enjoy it. If you are new to LISA, you should find a welcoming community that encourages you to expand your technical and non-technical skills and create many new long-time friends. Make sure to meet people in the hallway track, at events, BOF sessions, and make those connections that help your company and your career. There is a code of conduct. It's linked from the LISA site. And if you notice a concern, please contact any USENIX staff member or event organizer immediately. For speakers, please report to the session chairs in advance and send an email of your slides to slides@usenix.org. And thank you for all the speakers who have worked hard to make this a great event as well. For training, instructors, please report to your training room at least 10 minutes before your session. We have self-guided training this year, and please check in at the LISA lab in Cumberland to make sure they have your materials. For more information about self-guided training, follow Twitter and Slack. There are birds of a feather sessions. This is the BOFs. You can host your own BOF. Check in the registration area and also online. And one of the BOFs tonight is lightning talks that I'm looking forward to. For grant recipients, please meet by the registration area in the 5th Avenue pre-function at 3:40 on Tuesday for the group photograph. The LISA Expo is open today from 12 to 7 and Tuesday from 10 to 2. Please check it out. It's at the Legends Ballroom EFG in the Music Rose foyer. There is a raffle drawing tomorrow at 1 p.m. and you can win a GoPro Hero 7, an Apple TV, an Amazon Echo Spot, or a Fuji Instamax. In the expo area, that's also where we'll be serving lunch. For social activities, there is an expo mixer today at 6 p.m. and the conference reception will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Please stay connected. If you use Twitter, there is the LISA conference account. Please follow that. And also, we'd like you this year to tweet about LISA, in particular, the takeaways that you've learned while here. In the closing remarks, we might summarize some of the most important takeaways from those tweets. So please use the hashtag LISA18. There's also a way you can follow the LISA conference account and turn on notifications. This is new to me, but this might give you it might improve your experience at LISA and make sure you catch what's going on and meet other people. So consider turning on notifications for the LISA conference. We are also on Slack. We can all be reached on Slack, and please join if you can. And there is a discuss chat room for discussing LISA. And you can also contact many of the organizers if you have questions. Training and attendee surveys. You will get emailed after LISA to fill out a survey about LISA. Please do this. These are really important for helping LISA improve year on year. And Rikki and I spent a lot of time reading the surveys from last year. These definitely get read and studied, and we appreciate that feedback. For upcoming events, SR Recon is global, and so maybe you'd like to attend SR Recon in Brooklyn, Singapore, or Dublin, Ireland. And next year is LISA19, and it will be held in Portland. Awesome. Now we have some opening keynotes. I'm really looking forward to them. And we will start with John Masters from Red Hat.